Hey, welcome to the patron-only video of the week. Today, I want to do three things. I want to help you guys with the tuning a little bit because Mike Koski pointed out something that I had neglected to mention earlier in my earlier video, so let me clear that up. Then we're going to take a look at two different parts of Motoki Slaughter's version of Big-Eyed Rabbit, and I'm going to have you guys separate out a measure to work on, and then I'm going to talk about the A part a little bit and how to make that more closely resemble what Motoki is playing. In the Motoki Slaughter recording, Motoki is sharp. She is, according to the program I use to slow down and maintain pitch to old recordings, she is 35 cents sharp. A cent is a measure of tone in the Western scale, and there are 100 cents for every semitone. So a semitone is just a note adjacent to another note. So between this note and this note, there are 100 cents, C-E-N-T-S. It's sort of a relatively obscure musical term that we don't really use very often, but for the purposes of finding your pitch and finding where she is sharp, so I've had to lower her recording by 35 cents in a program that I use called Rubber Band Audio. I really like Rubber Band because it sounds the best out of all of the programs that I've used. If you're just looking for sort of a standalone slow downer, Rubber Band is the one I use of choice. So in order to play with Motoki, you are going to have to lower her pitch by about 35 cents, give or take a cent or two, if your ear dictates that. All of the versions of me playing this tune are in the key of F, true F, so you can play along with me, especially in the next subsequent videos. I'm going to be doing longer playthroughs of the tune, so that's coming up. Okay, the second thing is I want you guys to take a look at measure 6, and I'm gonna float it right here. Measure 6 in the B part, because that is a really difficult phrase to play. I'm gonna play it through for you slow, and it's a good one to separate out from the B part if you're trying to master this more brushy style that Motoki has in her B part. All right, let me play through it for you. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving my ring finger planted on that 3rd fret first string. Then I'm free to use my first finger to get that pull off within that chord-shaped brush. It's really difficult to get that to be clear. All right, let me see if I can play that a little bit faster. Very difficult to have that be clear. So that is, in my opinion, the most difficult phrase in Motoki's B part. It goes by quite fast, so you may miss it if you're not paying attention, but try to get that as clear as possible, and that will give you some insight into how the melody can stand out while you're still doing the brush strokes on the 2 and the 4 to create that backbeat that she does. All right, let's move on to the A part. So this A part that I've arranged is very, very square. Let me play it for you. So Motoki is often emphasizing the upbeat, and that's one of the reasons why her recording stands out and is really interesting. It is not sort of a typical square brushy style, even though she's deploying brushes and creating a backbeat. That backbeat is not trapping her. It's not trapping her within a square sound because she is using upbeats as emphasized notes, and that creates an entirely different groove and feel. I think Motoki is using an upstroke to get those kind of sounds. We don't need to do that. We can just use emphasis to create an upbeat feel and get those anticipated notes before the downstroke. And one of the ways we can do that is to emphasize the fifth string. Remember, way back before we got into all of this, I showed you guys how to emphasize the fifth string in that sort of weird exercise we did at the beginning of this lesson module. Well, now we're coming full circle on that, and we're going to deploy that to emphasize the fifth string to create that anticipated note groove that Motoki is getting with her up-picking style. Let me play it a little faster for you. And a little faster. So what this does is it puts the emphasis on the fifth string, which is not the usual way to play clawhammer banjo. It's quite unusual, and this gives you another tool in your tool chest with which to explore groove and mood with any other tune that you may do. Try putting that emphasis on the fifth string with a little M skip in there. Tab is linked below. So this Friday, I will show you guys my version of Big Eyed Rabbit, and I'm going to tab it all out for you. It's way more linear than what Motoki plays it, but I think you're going to enjoy it, and we'll be using these rhythms a lot. So this episode today will give you a huge leg up on Friday. All right, that'll do it for today. I will see you guys Friday. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck. Have a good week.